Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel General Hospital Official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers, Brooklyn's baby daddy twist. Is Cody the father of Gio instead of Dante? According to General Hospital spoilers, the buried mystery in Brooklyn Quartermain's background has been obvious for quite some time. As many fans had suspected, Brooklyn became pregnant as a teen and placed the infant for adoption earlier this month. Brooklyn allowed herself to be caught up in the moment as a camp counselor, therefore the show has hinted that Dante Falconeri will be the father. Since Dante had a summer affair with Brooklyn back then, he makes sense as the biological father. Everything in this tale has been far too predictable. Many viewers have already deduced that Giovanni Gio Palmieri is the child that Brooklyn surrendered, so this story isn't very startling. GH writers could use a change of pace, so why not try a baby daddy plot twist? Could the father of Brooklyn's child, Gio, be someone other than Dante? We can think of another interesting option because Cody Bell was involved in the entire camp scene when they were younger. What if Brooklyn once had a one-night stand with Cody? Dante is already a good parent to Rocco Falconeri and would undoubtedly be an excellent father to Gio as well. Cody, on the other hand, is a hot mess who has struggled to take care of himself for the majority of his life. Cody has built a deep bond with James West, but being the fun uncle does not have the same obligations. It would be more interesting to see Cody try to navigate a father-son relationship with Gio, especially since it would parallel his own experience with Max Scorpio. There's no assurance the writing team will carry the tale in that manner because they've been establishing Dante as the father for so long. However, Cody is worth considering as a bio-dad option because he would finally throw a real curveball. Regardless, our GH predictions indicate that Brooklyn's history will be revealed shortly, forcing her to face the consequences alongside Harrison Chase. Similarly, Lois Chirulo will have to answer for the Gio secrets she's held, as Brooklyn has no idea that's the son she abandoned. According to General Hospital teasers, a family feud is brewing, so stay tuned for updates on all the big news coming up. General Hospital spoilers for Tuesday, January 21st, Maxie warns Natalia about Michael's medical decision. General Hospital spoilers for Tuesday, January 21st, hint that there will be huge news and heated moments in Port Charles. The show will be preempted on Monday, January 20th, to cover the presidential inauguration, but will resume with a brand new episode on Tuesday. Willow Corinthos will reflect on her regrets and her displeasure with how quickly this scenario escalated. Although Willow finally did the right thing with Michael Corinthos, she is concerned that she has wrecked her prospects of regaining custody of the children. Willow will question Drew Quartermain for information, which may lead him to acknowledge Tracy Quartermain is refusing to reveal Wiley and Amelia Corinthos' whereabouts. Tracy was arrested, thanks in large part to Congressman Quartermain's influence with the cops. Tracy, on the other hand, will do her best to avoid Anna Devane's questioning at the PCPD and will strike out at Martin Gray for supporting the wrong candidate. Anna will also look into who planted the device in Sonny Corinthos' apartment, and she may put Jack Brennan on the hot seat because of the device's WSB connections. Of course, Brennan is not to blame, and he may tell Anna that he is as determined to finding out who is responsible. On Tuesday's episode of GH, Maxie Jones will be concerned about Natalia Ramirez's safety following the explosion. Maxie will tell Natalia that it is dangerous to be in Sonny's circle, giving her something to think about. Ava Jerome will also confront Sonny and pressure him to do what is best for Avery Corinthos before it is too late. This is obviously a safety issue for Avery, therefore Ava will ask Sonny to drop the custody battle and allow their daughter to stay with her right now. While Maxie is catching up with Sasha Gilmore Corbin, Michael will have an answer for Carly Spencer. Willow decided that they should wake Michael up and allow him choose where he wants to get treatment, so Carly would explain everything to her son. Michael is likely to choose the facility in Germany that Carly is pushing for because it has the potential to provide a complete recovery. Carly will eventually express her gratitude to Brennan and possibly give him the green light to proceed with the rest of the plans. According to General Hospital spoilers, Michael's leaving is imminent, so we'll have more details about his official departure and how things will end. General Hospital spoilers weekly update January 13th to 17th, Michael is awake, Kai is injured. Another week in Port Charles closes with unexpected surprises. General Hospital spoilers for the week of January 20th to 24th, 2025, hint at a big regret and a major threat following a tense week between the Corinthos and Quartermain families. Weekly Recap Episode 15626 Air date, Monday, January 13th, 2025. After Willow used her right as Michael's proxy to try to get her kids back, Nina pulled Sunny away to try to reach an agreement, while Carly suspected Drew was behind Willow's plot. Sunny eventually felt the kids needed their mother, and he and Carly needed to look to Michael, who was on the verge of having a heart attack until Isaiah took a chance and infused his 4 with a drug that counteracts digitalis, which stabilized him. Meanwhile, Trina joined Stella for yoga and discovered that she had become friends with Kai during their session. Later, Stella paid Tracy a visit and confided in her about her grief about baby Irene, and Tracy stated that she is worried about Monica. Episode 15627 aired on Tuesday, January 14, 2025. Lucky was trying to acquire information on Cyrus from one of his other volunteers when Jocelyn arrived and asked questions. The two exchanged information about the town's #1 enemy, and Lucky sent his findings to Elizabeth and Lucas, who all concluded that Cyrus was responsible for the digitalis deaths. Meanwhile, Joss went to the PCPD and requested that Anna arrest Cyrus for Dex's stabbing. Lulu sought Tracy for help finding her daughter until they were interrupted by Martin, who informed her of Willow's new deal with the kids, and she refused to allow them go with Willow. When Sasha found out, she rushed to the gatehouse and confronted Willow about their past sins, while Nina chastised Drew for his. After returning from Prague, Dante arrived to GH to console his father, while Jason recommended to Carly that Michael travel to the clinic that treated Ava's burns until Felicia arrived and informed them that they had been forbidden from visiting Michael. Episode 15628 airdate, Wednesday, January 15, 2025. Lucky and Elizabeth planned to spend supper at the Port Charles Grill to spy on Cyrus before he was brought into the PCPD on Anna's orders. She just questioned him about the night of Dex's stabbing, and when she let him go, Joss went on about how he should be arrested for what he did. When Sunny failed to persuade Tracy to give Willow the children, Jason's effort changed when Tracy told him it would break Monica's heart. So Jason informed Sunny that he couldn't do that to his mother. Sunny stormed out, having another AFib episode before leaving. Carly begged Brennan for assistance in getting Michael in to meet the doctors who worked with Ava at her clinic, which was now in Germany. When Drew spoke with Alexis regarding his daughter, she recommended she live with her, which Drew rejected. At the Brown Dog, everyone gathered to see the PCU game. Cody decided to stake Drew his entire $50,000 on the big game. Trina and Gio also observed Emma come in and flirt with him, while Trina supported Kai. When Kai was injured, Trina felt concerned. Meanwhile, PCU lost the game, thus Cody lost all of his money. Episode 15629 airdate, Thursday, January 16, 2025. Trina told Ava she was worried about Kai. Stella paid Kai a visit at the hospital after he dislocated his shoulder. He then received a visit from Trina. Alexis and Curtis met during an AA meeting, and she told him about Drew's errors. In the stables, Dante was complaining to Cody about Lulu's conduct when Selena appeared to see Cody. Carly arrived at the Q mansion and confronted Tracy. Chase was examined at GH, followed by Brooke Lynn, who was assured that her previous pregnancy would not interfere with a future one. Willow confided in Chase about her life decisions after rejecting Nina's offer of allowing Michael's parents access. And he convinced her to speak with Carly. Episode 15630 aired on Friday, January 17, 2025. When Cody and Drew ran into each other at the Port Charles Grill, Jordan intervened before things got out of hand, then ripped into Drew for what he did to Curtis. Meanwhile, Chase was yelling at Tracy for not letting Willow have her children, while Brooke Lynn ran into Lulu while applying for a job at Deception. Maxie arrived and informed Lulu that the position would be as Brooke Lynn's assistant, while Brooke Lynn went home to intervene between her husband and Tracy. Later, Martin and Drew teamed up and arrived at the mansion with a court order for the kids, and when Tracy refused, Drew arrested her. Sidwell visited Ava's gallery and expressed an interest in purchasing some art. Rick then opted to accept Ava's check, despite the fact that he had yet to be paid for his services. Willow informed Carly and Sunny at General Hospital that they could help with Michael's care. When Portia came up with news about a hospital Michael may travel to, Carly confessed that Brennan had already secured him a position at the hospital in Germany. While Willow and Carly argued, Sunny decided that Michael should make the decision. They woke him awake, and Carly informed him he had a choice to make while he whimpered in anguish. The week ahead at Port Charles may bring regrets over Michael's care, while Laura faces a new peril. Next week's breakdown will air on Monday, January 20th, 2025, which has been preempted for inauguration programming. Episode 15631 airs on Tuesday, January 21st, 2025. Willow expresses her regrets. Sunny and Ava clash. Sasha provides an update to Maxie. Tracy refuses to communicate with Anna. Carly expresses gratitude to Brennan. Episode 15632 aired on Wednesday, January 22nd, 2025. Isaiah presses Sunny. Jason acts as a peacemaker. Lucky and Elizabeth receive some insights. Lulu and Dante spar. Christina hosts Charlie's reopening. Episode 15633 aired on Thursday, January 23rd, 2025. Rick comes through for Ava. Lucas and Jocelyn share notes. Laura learns about a potential threat. Natalia gets through to Sunny. Mac shows Cody some rough love. Tracy throws down the law in episode 15634, which aired on Friday, January 24th, 2025. Brennan surprises Carly. Nina supports Willow, and Lulu receives an intriguing offer. Trina pays Kai a visit. General Hospital plans Michael's exit and the best way to deal with Drew, plus saying goodbye to Monica. This week, General Hospital laid the groundwork for not one, but two exits, though the second may not have been planned. We're getting closer to saying goodbye to Cyrus, and Jason appears to be changing before our own eyes. Plus, what to do about Drew, the most despised man in Port Charles. Isaiah and Lucas speculated that Michael had been administered digitalis and saved, while Lucky and Joss exchanged notes on Cyrus. Lucky, Liz, and Lucas quickly concluded that Cyrus was their digitalis killer, however, they are unable to prove it and have yet to connect the victims. Liz's old sick patient Sylvie is the actual mystery, and we don't know if Cyrus murdered her. If you take her out of the picture, everyone else is somehow linked to Sunny, which could be the point of this. Unfortunately, Joss's big mouth, accusing Cyrus of murdering Dex and that Anna arrest him, has tipped the baddie off that they may be on him. Joss gives me a headache half the time she's on screen, but I liked Anna's approach of warning her that she probably just blew her shot at nailing Cyrus for this. So we're back to the possibility I mentioned last week, Joss may use Dex's gun to kill Cyrus. It's unclear why the hospital hasn't yet contacted the PCPD about the digitalis killings, but the PCPD is rarely effective. Also, Portia indicated that they needed to examine the cameras, but there appeared to be no follow-through. Most likely, they'll simply see a disguised Cyrus and not get a close look at him. He wasn't wearing scrubs when he unhooked Lulu's equipment. On the plus side, Liz should be cleared and able to return to work. Still, it's time to tie up this plot and offer the audience some answers. It appears that Liz and Lucky will be responsible for doing so, although I'm not expecting those responses to be particularly coherent. The sad story of Willow. Within a week, many characters have shifted from despising Willow to feeling sorry for her, believing Drew, the cruel and selfish mastermind, twisted her. Essentially, it has come down to, poor Willow, that girl can't think for herself and needs a man to tell her what to do. This is a far cry from the schoolteacher who stood up to Nina and Valentine, the Willow I adored. However, Willow has began to see the light following a conversation with Chase, revealing that she has been bouncing from savior to savior, as Joss warned her. Dare we hope she is turning a corner, understanding Drew has been guiding her, and that she will break the pattern? If so, she may be able to regain some of her self-esteem and worth. Calling Carly and Sunny, enabling them to see Michael, and discussing his treatment choices was an excellent first step toward rescuing Willow from Drew's mental control. It was good to see them behaving like grown-ups instead of yelling at each other. As many viewers have noticed, one of the most stunning aspects of this tale is Nina's role as the sole voice of reason throughout. Now if Nina would just listen to Ava, take off the band-aid, and tell Willow what her hero had done with her mother. By the end of the week, Michael had been awakened, and they decided to let him choose where he wanted to go for treatment. It's clear he'll be transported to a facility in Germany to explain his absence from the show. What should I do about Drew? Many people have been hoping Drew will become Cyrus' next victim. Right now, the setup is ideal for a Who Tried to Kill Drew? Story. Except for Willow, no one seems to like the guy right now, and even she is beginning to realize this. Drew is digging himself a deeper hole by the day, as Jordan pointed out to him, and if he doesn't start mending fences, he will be alone. Tracy even instructed Sunny, the Dawn of the East Coast, to take care of Drew properly. I don't see them killing the character again, but they have everything in place to attempt his life. This is how I would write it. Drew is hated by almost everyone in town, thus someone will inevitably shoot him. Drew finds up in General Hospital in critical condition, yet he is still alive. That's when someone gives him digitalis. However, the physicians save him, as they did with Michael. The clincher? Someone, hoping to get away with it, used Cyrus' MO, figuring Drew would be lumped in with the other homicides and attempts. What about the second twist? The person who shot Drew was not the same person who injected him. I'd also name at least one of the potential killers Willow. Hear me out! Willow cracks, becomes plagued by Nellie, as I indicated last week, and shoots Drew after realizing her habit of having to be saved, which began with Dawn of Day and has wrecked her wonderful home and family. However, she doesn't recall committing it because she was in a psychotic state. She'll end up spending some time in a mental facility and then return to normal. The second would-be killer travels to Pentonville. That one might be anyone from town. Take your pick. More, Cameron Matheson's residence before and after the LA wildfire. Preparing to say goodbye. Tracy lamented to Stella on Monday's episode, the day after Leslie Charleson died, about Monica's health and how she appeared to be fading away and losing her spark. Stella even suggested Tracy step up as the family's new matriarch. The timing of the episode was uncanny. The show appeared to be building the framework for Monica's death from a shattered heart. The Monica discussion continued, with Tracy blaming both Sunny and Carly for wrecking her life by murdering AJ and separating Michael from his family. Tracy was a force this week, but it still feels like the authors were figuring out how to deal with Monica's position, and we haven't seen her since December 2023. We won't know what caused these moments unless they speak out, but on Days of Our Lives, the late Drake Hodgson, who died of cancer, gave the program permission to deal with the death of his character John Black even before he died. Tracy gets her comeuppance. As much as I've been enjoying Tracy lately, one thing bothered me and many other viewers, Tracy's decision to keep Wiley and Amelia away from Willow. Tracy claimed she was doing it for Monica but had no legal rights to the children. So I can't say I wasn't relieved to see the PCPD finally execute the law and arrest Tracy. Drew had Tracy arrested, but she didn't help herself by refusing to comply and hand up the children as per Martin's court order. This will undoubtedly escalate Tracy and Drew's family conflict. Where is Michael's tape of Drew and Willow's nursery activities? A new Jason? Jason has recently startled me, in a nice way. First, he put aside his problems with Drew to move into the Quartermain home and keep Sam's children together. Then he declined Sunny's offer to take over his company, saying he had to prioritize Danny's safety above all else. Finally, he agreed with Tracy about Willow's children and refused to take them out of Monica's house. Wow! Tracy not only told him that he made his father proud, but they also hugged, which Jason does not do. While the program has long said that there was little prospect of Jason regaining his previous memories due to the damage to a portion of his brain caused by the accident, medicine has advanced significantly since then. I'd love to see even a small break in his brain and a few memories emerge. When the time comes, it would be a lovely way to honor and say goodbye to Monica if he could remember her before she became Jason Morgan. Final thoughts. Not only did the show damage one of their finest things with Sasha and Cody, but they've now had him backslide and end up gambling and most likely in collusion with Selena Wu again, especially since he doesn't have enough money to repay her. While I'm glad to see Selena back, I don't want to see Cody turn back into a numbskull. Also, what bet did he place with $50,000 that he believed would get him the millions he needed to purchase Serenity? I still have little interest in Kai and Trina, and they had an excellent opportunity to ship him off to the NFL via the draft. Because of his injuries, he will remain at PCU to complete his senior year. Enough of Lulu's negative attitude and blaming game. And now she wants to work at deception with Maxie and Brooklyn. Oh Lord! While Brooklyn was telling Dr. Navarro about her teen pregnancy, Dante and Cody were discussing how captivated Dante was with Brooklyn back at camp. We understand it. They are Joe's parents, so accept this retold story and stop quibbling. General Hospital spoilers, Dawn of Day cult. Did Cyrus take Shiloh's legacy to the next level? General Hospital spoilers and rumors suggest that the Dawn of Day cult was still active while Drew Quartermaine and Cyrus Renaud were confined together. Did Cyrus improve what Shiloh Archer begun, which resulted in Drew's huge change? General Hospital spoilers, what was Cyrus Renaud really attacked over at the prison library? Spencer Cassadine was also in Pentonville and felt Book was actually working for Cyrus. Book disliked it when Spencer replaced him as a library attendant in Pentonville. Cyrus protected Spencer from him several times. Book then got into an argument with Drew as well, and the events with Book eventually led to attacks with a shiv, which Cyrus was accused of supplying Book. But Book's main complaint is that Spencer took his library post in the jail, which he'd had for 12 years, meaning he had access to the Dawn of Day book presented in the prison at a previous period. Ryan Chamberlain stared at it as he was carried to prison following his criminal spree in which he nearly killed Carly Spencer and others before losing his kidney. GH spoilers, who took over what really? Who took over what, exactly, that resulted in Cyrus' heart attack, which Cyrus did not fabricate, and Drew's subsequent beating? Was the true issue Spencer acquiring Book's job, or Cyrus taking over Book's cult, which he began by improving Shiloh's book and adding a touch of evangelical Christianity to the mix? Cyrus' beating appeared to be very legitimate, as was Drew's beating, but Cyrus' beating did get him released from prison. Even the prison warden appeared to be on Cyrus' side at one point. Might this be because she was a cult member with Cyrus as the new leader? Drew Kane didn't change until after Pentonville. Drew didn't change until after Pentonville, even if it took some time to become controlling. Then, when Jason Morgan returned, he dumped Carly right away. What happened before Pentonville heroically absorbed the punishment for Carly's insider trading accusations and then dumped her a few months later? Carly gave him no evidence that she'd been longing for Jason for months, as he had accused her of. Did Drew undergo reprogramming in Pentonville, but this time as a cult member rather than a soldier with a control chip in his head, as Helena Cassadine did? Was he indoctrinated by Cyrus or by Peter August using a deck of tarot cards? Either way, he's not the same Drew, and Cyrus is even worse. General Hospital spoilers for Monday, January 20th, Inauguration Day preempted, wary warnings, and Mother's Love. General Hospital spoilers and updates for Monday, January 20th include an Inauguration Day preview, cautionary cautions, and a Mother's Love. Inauguration Day will be preempted, Maxie Jones warns Michael Corinthos, and Carly Spencer expresses her motherly love. General Hospital spoilers, Inauguration Day preempted in the United States. ABC News is planning comprehensive coverage of President-elect Donald Trump's inauguration as the 47th president. The coverage begins in the morning, therefore General Hospital, along with all other U.S. soap operas on broadcast networks, will be briefly interrupted. Canadian audiences may witness a replay, but no detailed synopsis is available at this time. If the inaugural coverage ends sooner than expected, viewers can expect local programming or a rerun of General Hospital to fill the void. This episode will not be accessible later on Hulu or the abc.com website. Instead, it will premiere on Tuesday, January 21st. GH spoilers, Willow worries for Drew. Willow Corinthos agreed to allow Carly and Sonny Corinthos to visit Michael in the burn unit at GH and keep him updated on his status. She and Portia Robinson considered moving Michael to a burn unit at Johns Hopkins, a prestigious teaching hospital, while Carly suggested a clinic in Germany. Willow eventually determined that it was Michael's decision, even though awakening him from anesthesia would cause him great agony. Willow is in the hospital chapel with Drew Quartermaine while Carly discusses things with Michael in his room. She is concerned that she has damaged her prospects of recovering custody of Wiley and Amelia Corinthos. General Hospital spoilers, in Friday's episode, argumentative Tracy Drew took a harsh stand, arresting Tracy Quartermaine at the Quartermaine residence with Martin Gray present. In a questioning area, she fights, most likely with Anna Devane, while Martin observes, saying, "When will you realize you're backing the wrong horse?" It appears she is in a waiting area rather than the traditional suspect questioning room, and she is not shackled. However, she is plainly furious and attempting to exert her authority over the PCPD, potentially using money as leverage. Tracy had no right to speak for Michael's children, yet she was at the estate, stating they were with Monica Quartermaine when they most likely weren't. GH spoilers, Anna has a suspect. Unless she is speaking with Martin or Tracy, Anna appears to be looking for another person to interview. The person is clothed in black, just like Tracy. She asks if this individual is responsible for installing the device in Sonny's home, which resulted in the explosion that set Michael on fire. Tracy, who is already furious, is sure to be enraged. But Anna is unconcerned about Tracy's position as a Quartermaine, or even the Queen of England. If she violates the law, she is guilty. Hiding children, whether she is their great-great-aunt, makes no difference. General Hospital spoilers, cautionary warnings in the deception office. Maxie gives vital advice to Natalia Ramirez, who appears to be worried. She must be aware of the horrific explosion that destroyed Sonny's warehouse and critically injured his son. Sonny's infamous reputation and involvement in shady ventures frequently put him in danger, and this episode exemplifies that risk. Maxie warns Natalia about the risks of becoming too close to someone like Sonny. Sonny and Natalia have had a tangled love tension for quite some time now. GH spoilers, Ava and Sonny argue. Ava Jerome has tracked down Sonny, who is presently residing in a different location. During their passionate conversation, she begs him to prioritize their daughter's health. Ava insists that he intervene for Avery Jerome Corinthos before it is too late, expressing significant concern for her safety. Had she been at Sonny's apartment when it was bombed, the results could have been disastrous for her as well. Meanwhile, it's evident that Ava's confrontation is taking its toll on Sonny, who is starting to have chest pains. Although he has nitroglycerin pills, most likely recommended by Isaiah Gannon, what he really requires is surgery, possibly a pacemaker. General Hospital spoilers, a mother's love. Michael definitely felt pain from his burns while making the difficult option Carly gave to him. The possibility of going to a burn treatment in Germany and possibly regaining his previous self weighed heavily on him. While the preview clip leaves his response unclear, spoilers indicate that Carly thanks Jack Brennan for his aid. Unbeknownst to Michael, Brennan had arranged for him to get a position at the German clinic, which now houses some Boron Sky Clinic doctors. Carly reassures Michael, saying, "Then that's what we're going to do," implying that he may have eventually agreed to the trip to Germany. Drew arrested Tracy, and Willow approves waking up Michael. General Hospital spoilers and updates for Monday, January 20th include an Inauguration Day preview, cautionary cautions, and a mother's love. Inauguration Day will be preempted. Maxie Jones warns Michael Corinthos, and Carly Spencer expresses her motherly love. General Hospital spoilers, Inauguration Day preempted in the United States. ABC News is planning comprehensive coverage of President-elect Donald Trump's inauguration as the 47th president. The coverage begins in the morning, therefore General Hospital, along with all other U.S. soap operas on broadcast networks, will be briefly interrupted. Canadian audiences may witness a replay, but no detailed synopsis is available at this time. If the inaugural coverage ends sooner than expected, viewers can expect local programming or a rerun of General Hospital to fill the void. This episode will not be accessible later on Hulu or the abc.com website. Instead, it will premiere on Tuesday, January 21st. GH spoilers, Willow worries for Drew. Willow Corinthos agreed to allow Carly and Sonny Corinthos to visit Michael in the burn unit at GH and keep him updated on his status. She and Portia Robinson considered moving Michael to a burn unit at Johns Hopkins, a prestigious teaching hospital, while Carly suggested a clinic in Germany. Willow eventually determined that it was Michael's decision, even though awakening him from anesthesia would cause him great agony. Willow is in the hospital chapel with Drew Quartermaine while Carly discusses things with Michael in his room. She is concerned that she has damaged her prospects of recovering custody of Wiley and Amelia Corinthos. General Hospital spoilers, in the episode, argumentative Tracy Drew took a harsh stand, arresting Tracy Quartermaine at the Quartermaine house, accompanied by Martin Gray. In a questioning area, she fights, most likely with Anna Devane, while Martin observes, saying, "When will you realize you're backing the wrong horse?" It appears she is in a waiting area rather than the traditional suspect questioning room, and she is not shackled. However, she is plainly furious and attempting to exert her authority over the PCPD, potentially using money as leverage. Tracy had no right to speak for Michael's children, yet she was at the estate, stating they were with Monica Quartermain when they most likely weren't. Spoilers, Anna has a suspect. Unless she is speaking with Martin or Tracy, Anna appears to be looking for another person to interview. The person is clothed in black, just like Tracy. She asks if this individual is responsible for installing the device in Sonny's home, which resulted in the explosion that set Michael on fire. Tracy, who is already furious, is sure to be enraged. But Anna is unconcerned about Tracy's position as a Quartermain, or even the Queen of England. If she violates the law, she is guilty. Hiding children, whether she is their great-great-aunt, makes no difference. General Hospital spoilers, cautionary warnings in the deception office. Maxie gives vital advice to Natalia Ramirez, who appears to be worried. She must be aware of the horrific explosion that destroyed Sonny's warehouse and critically injured his son. Sonny's infamous reputation and involvement in shady ventures frequently put him in danger, and this episode exemplifies that risk. Maxie warns Natalia about the risks of becoming too close to someone like Sonny. Sonny and Natalia have had a tangled love tension for quite some time now. Spoilers, Ava and Sonny argue. Ava Jerome has tracked down Sonny, who is presently residing in a different location. During their passionate conversation, she begs him to prioritize their daughter's health. Ava insists that he intervene for Avery Jerome Corinthos before it is too late, expressing significant concern for her safety. Had she been at Sonny's apartment when it was bombed, the results could have been disastrous for her as well. Meanwhile, it's evident that Ava's confrontation is taking its toll on Sonny, who is starting to have chest pains. Although he has nitroglycerin pills, most likely recommended by Isaiah Gannon, what he really requires is surgery, possibly a pacemaker. General Hospital spoilers, a mother's love. Michael definitely felt pain from his burns while making the difficult option Carly gave to him. The possibility of going to a burn treatment in Germany and possibly regaining his previous self weighed heavily on him. While the preview clip leaves his response unclear, spoilers indicate that Carly thanks Jack Brennan for his aid. Unbeknownst to Michael, Brennan had arranged for him to get a position at the German clinic, which now houses some Boron Sky Clinic doctors. Carly reassures Michael, saying, "Then that's what we're going to do," implying that he may have eventually agreed to the trip to Germany. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.